And here we go. So, just want to make sure you can see me here. So this video is going to be about me exposing myself, and I want to tell you all about all of the bad things that I've done in my life, and you can use it to, I suppose, discredit me, or trying to think of the word, bring my demise. That would actually be a good thing for you to do. So let me just think. So who am I? I'm trying to think of all the bad things I've done in my life. Well, I've been a drunk for like a large part of my life. Being in Ireland, I was definitely just drinking way too much. I used to piss the bed a lot. Yeah, I sort of don't do that anymore, but I did used to piss the bed a lot and drink a lot. I used to do lots of drugs. What else? I've sold marijuana for a large part of my life. What else is there? Oh yeah, I've definitely had open relationships, and I've done the whole polyamorous thing too. I've also done all the kinky stuff too. I've also said that I own my wife. Yeah, I've said that. What else? I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I definitely used to steal sweets and stuff like that when I was a kid. Yeah, I used to steal things. What else did I do in the past? That can't be it. There's gotta be more than that. Got the kinky stuff, we got the polyamorous stuff, the drugs, I'm trying to think any stuff in my family. Oh, when I was young, when I was really young, when I was like 16, I had a big argument with my parents, and you know, my dad held me down, and then after that, I didn't know what to do, and I needed to leave the house. So my parents were at the bottom of the stairs, I was at the top, and I had a little knife with me, and they stepped out of the way. Obviously, that's what happened. I left the house then. I suppose that's probably my biggest violent act I can think of. I wasn't really much of a fighter, but then I did do martial arts and jiu-jitsu and stuff. Trying to think what else. Yeah, I mean, I've certainly loved drugs. I've loved psychedelics. Not as much cocaine and all that stuff. I was never really into that. I have done it though. I have done cocaine. I like ketamine too. Liked weed for a long time as well. But I think they've all done their jobs. Trying to think what else. How else can I expose myself? What else can I talk about? That can't be it. Like, come on, that can't be it. I suppose during some of the polyamorous stuff, before I figured out communication, there was certainly lots of rude things that I did. You know, not communicating directly. That was probably another thing. Like, I was friends with my ex-wife, and, you know, I'd hang out with my ex-wife and my current wife, and I was pretty rude on multiple occasions, not being clear and direct with that, trying to get my wife to leave so I could be with my ex-wife. We sort of worked through all that as well. I'm trying to really think if there's anything else. I'm gonna say that that's it. I'm really doing my best to think about what else I can expose, but I think that's it. Oh, I've also at points in time talked about my sex life on X. That's probably pretty bad. The photos, by the way, I do have the photos up on Facebook. I think it's actually my last profile photo. I do have a bunch of beer cans when I'm like passed out on the ground. Not going to delete it though, so you can go and look at that. That's under Luke Gavin. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I've made my peace with all of this, and I'm okay with it all now. So use it for what you will. Maybe for my demise. I'll have to see if there's anything else. If you can find anything else, that would probably be good. Oh, I was arrested actually once. Oh, twice actually. I was arrested twice. One was when I was around 17 or 18. I was really drunk and we were lighting fires and I stole some, I think it was either coal or it was possibly even petrol, gasoline, and the police were called. And I was put in a cell for a few hours. That's definitely there. I don't know if we'll even find that one though. And then the other one was I was arrested in San Francisco airport for having hemp products that they thought were marijuana. But I did go to San Mateo jail for... They locked me up for 23-1. I think that was for a full day. And that's also ongoing. So hopefully that will be resolved. I think that's about it though. I'm glad we've gotten to 7 minutes 30 here. I've really dug deep. That's really about all I can think of. Yeah, definitely don't follow me. Don't watch any more Vine videos. And don't subscribe. That's the final one. So I suppose I hope you found this useful, but yeah. Useful, maybe. Useful for my demise, right? So that's me. I'm exposed now, so you can see how much of a terrible human being I am, and you can use that against me, I suppose. So best of luck in that, and catch you in the next one. I thought I was done. I remembered a couple more things. Definitely had questions about my sexuality at points in time. I was really afraid of being gay. Definitely, that was a big one for me. And I think sometimes the way people see me, they do think I am gay. Maybe I am gay to them, but I actually did get to the point of being with a man, and nothing really worked. To put it simply, he was excited, but wasn't really my kettle of fish. Now, I even pushed this further a second time just to double check. And I remember this other gentleman telling me, like, are you watching gay porn? And I said, no, I've never watched that in my life. And then it was like, I'm probably not gay then, because I really examined that. Now, there's still lots of people that think that I am. And, you know, on occasion, you know, if you're in a three-way or a four-way, you know, stuff can get a little funky sometimes, but like, I'm not. So maybe that is gay to people, right? So if you think that, I am gay. But for me internally, when I think about, am I gay? Do I just like men and not women? If we wanted to put that definition on it, no, I don't like men like that. I do like men as humans, but I don't like men in a sexual way. I've certainly kissed plenty of men, but like I said, it's not really my thing. I've tried to make it my thing, but it's not. That was definitely a big fear. And what else? Oh, there was a little bit of sexual stuff when I was a child, where I'm not going to say who the person was, but I was touched in a I touched someone on there. It wasn't a big thing, right? But you know, this person, I was sitting on their lap. They were actually not all there, and you know, probably never had love in their lives, and so, you know, I told my parents instantly, and you know, we talked about it, and I've made my peace with that. But that was definitely something as well. Was there any other things? I think that's it, though. I genuinely think that's it. There's the sex thing. Oh, I definitely used to be an atheist. I was an atheist for a long time. I was an atheist, and it was not a believer in God. That is for sure. I've been Christian. I'm Muslim now, I suppose. I want to say suppose I am Muslim, right? But maybe I'm not Christian because I'm now Muslim, because I married my wife and she's Muslim, so I had to become a Muslim. So then I suppose you're not Christian. That would be another thing I suppose people could throw at me to say all of that. Yeah, I sort of accept all religions. I sort of feel like I'm all the religions. There's some parts of all of them I sort of just connect with, and there's parts that I don't connect with too, but I have respect for all religions. In my view, I imagine to others they might say that that's disrespectful, but anyway, that's more fuel for your fire. That's it. So I suppose I should stop now, because this conversation's probably going to be used against me, and I don't know what I'll do then. So that's it. So I suppose if you watch this the whole way through, you must really want my demise, but we'll just have to wait and see. No liking, subscribing, or following my content. If you got here in this video looking for people's demise, what are you doing on YouTube? You know, if you find this type of video if this is your type of thing, just try and process that, alright? I hope you have a nice day. Final thing, because I'm watching back these videos making sure that I've said everything, and so I've certainly watched lots of porn in my life. That's definitely another thing. Lots of porn in my life. Not so much anymore though, and yeah, like I'm trying to think when the last time is I've actually watched porn. Years ago. I just think it's better to act out your own porn with your wife, and so when you sort of figure that one out, you start asking yourself, like, why am I watching porn when I have my lover at home? Can't I just be honest about what I like? Or am I just too afraid? I'm just not really that afraid of being honest. You know, I'm a disgusting human being, and I can accept that. So, yeah, I definitely watch porn, but it's really not something I watch anymore. Yeah, I've sort of, yeah, that's really it on the porn side. And the final one I was thinking about, there was one time when I was doing cocaine. You should never do cocaine. Not that you should never do cocaine. If you want to do cocaine, right? Like, who am I to tell you? But I think about it from, it really enhances the ego. I did, in fact, God, can you see this now? I wonder, can you even see this? It's like, oh yeah, you see this thing right there? This, right under the, yeah, right here in the center of the screen. That mark there? Yeah, I put a knife through my hand. That was another one. I put a knife through my hand to show my friend how much I cared. Funny that, right? Trying to fix problems from the outside in. And that was pretty dumb. Oh, there's plenty of times I thought I was going to kill myself. That was another one too. Oh, we got the alarm bells going off here. Yeah, life is tough, and I've definitely considered killing myself. I would never do that though, just to be clear. I think we can all think about these things. There was a little bit here, like, look, I have a little things here. You know, when I was young growing up, I mean, like, you know, we all want to grow up. Is there a few scars there? Can you see them? I think there's a few little scars there. Not this actual red thing here. It's actually just little, they're very, very small little scars. I think you can see them there. Yeah, can you imagine one time, I think I was like 18, I'd just gotten a new phone. I went to this bubble phone party and I didn't want the phone to get wet, so I left it outside. I stashed it and somebody stole it. And I remember coming home really drunk and telling my mom, I think it was with a pen or something. You think you'd do something more intelligent if you really wanted to harm yourself. Maybe I was just asking for help in a weird way. And so I went and told my mom about it, and that was about it. That's probably the extent of all my self-harm that I've done. Not really into harm and self-harm and even hurting others. Maybe an old spanking here and there from a kinky sense, but that's really as far. I never actually want to like draw blood or hurt somebody. Yeah. That's it now. That's it. Don't, be aware of yourself. If you're going to do drugs, be aware of yourself. Make sure your mental state is good. My mental state back then definitely wasn't good. Maybe it's not good now. Or maybe it's really good now. I leave that up to you. Peace. So this is the last one, because it just seems like as it keeps coming, speaking of coming, actually, I did have big issues when I was younger with premature ejaculation. It is hard to see here. The sun is just all over the place. So I did have big issues with premature ejaculation. I didn't have a handle on that at all. It was really embarrassing. Yeah, that was tough when I was young. I did end up fixing all of that though, to the point now I actually don't really ejaculate unless I really want to, because I like my energy as opposed to just like spurting it out. And oh yeah, I do have a big ego. That is the other one. I'm working on that one. That's really tough. I do often talk about people behind their backs. I am working on that one. That one is probably the one that's most present for me. I think it often comes back to the fact that I feel afraid of actually being honest with people, because I think that they won't like me. So yeah, I'm working on that one. That's probably the most active one, of like how to just shut up talking negatively to people, about people behind their back. Now, that's it. Oh yeah, also people thought I had a mental breakdown because I tried my best to give away a $2 million a year business to the people for nothing. They're probably the most present things that I can think about, and that is really it. If you've lasted this long, maybe you want to consider what's going on inside of your head. But I'm pretty in trouble now. I've exposed it all. It's all out there to see on the internet forever. God help me, huh?